in order for me to tell you why this opportunity to either participate in the Eastern Sierra Bible Camp or to support it, why this is so tremendously important, let me give you some background into the context of the reservation. For those of you who've been going, you might already know this, but on the Bishop Reservation, what we have learned is that young children are willing to go to church, maybe with their parents or grandparents, when they're very young. So maybe when they're children, through their elementary school years. So they'll go to church, they may they'll worship God, they may hear the gospel, they may even believe and come to some faith in some clear sense that they believe in Jesus. But what we found is the teenage years, those are the crucial years, is there that for the most part, kids tend to fall away. And if one of the things that we want to do, that we think that where the battle is so crucial, if we want the reservation to get the gospel to really meet Jesus and really people's lives be transformed and even the culture transformed, what we need is a whole new generation that emerges on the reservation. And what that really means is there needs to be some young people who know and love Jesus at a young age, but they will then be encouraged. They'll have some people to teach them, walk with them, and their faith will be strengthened and encouraged to know and love and follow Jesus all throughout their teenage years, so that they will be faithful believers and followers of Jesus right into their adult years, and they will be the crucial people that can help reach all their people for Jesus. So that's the background. Now, with that said, our church, we've been going to Bishop for a number of years now, and the VBS ministry has, for the most part, been wildly successful. The kids love it, the parents love it, and a number of kids come to faith in Jesus through the VBS. But throughout the years, we've thought, how can we help them through those teenage years? And it's always sort of hurt us that we can't be there for them, regularly. But one of the ways that we decided to do is, how about if we ask the kids, some of them, if they'd be willing to come all the way out to San Jose and come to our winter youth retreat. And that's the next step that we did. And a few of our friends have come to do that, and that's been a great blessing for them. And since we started having some kids, they actually could get over this idea of going far away, all the way to San Jose, to go to this winter youth retreat with us out here in San Jose. And some of them have made that leap, and now they know that they can do that. We started dreaming of the possibility of maybe having a youth retreat specifically for them right there in their own backyard. And so we started, the past years, we started dreaming about this and cooking this up when we knew we can get to a point when we had a critical number of Bishop teenagers who would go to our youth retreat. Now, if we could get some of maybe 6 or 7 of them to go to our youth retreat, how many more would go if there was a retreat right in their backyard? Maybe 10 or 20 or 30, and kids' lives could totally change. And then you wouldn't just have 5 kids or 7 or 8 kids who believe in Jesus. You could have 15 or 20, and now you have a straight up counterculture. You have just a whole new crew, and some kids instead of hanging out with these kids who want to do alcohol or a party or just and they don't care anything about the Lord, I want to walk with these guys who know the Lord, and it will strengthen them to into adulthood in their faith. So that's why this is so important. Now, if we had the manpower and the energy to run our youth retreat, we thought about that, but especially Pastor Frank and I, we started thinking, wouldn't it be great if there was already a youth retreat there, so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's already a really good biblical gospel proclaiming retreat right in their backyard that we could support and come alongside of, and then help the Native Americans go to that youth retreat, and then they don't have to come all the way to San Jose. So we could still ask some of them to come to San Jose, but if, like we said, maybe 7 or 8 of them go to San Jose, but then maybe another 10 or 15 will go to the one in their backyard. So with that said, last year we met Larissa Craig, and we found out there is such a youth retreat in their backyard, and that's Eastern Sierra Bible Camp And that's why this is so important. If there can be a certain number of the Native Americans from the reservation that we know, the teenagers would go to this youth retreat, the Eastern Sierra Bible Camp, and their lives would be so, and their faith would be so empowered, and their character transformed, and the parents and other kids around them can see how much it's impacted them, and then they start going around telling their friends, you should come too. The following year, maybe 12 or 15 kids will go. And in the following years, maybe 20 or 30 kids will go. And now it's game on to reach the reservation, a whole new generation for Jesus. So that's why this Eastern Sierra Bible Camp as a youth retreat, especially as a youth retreat, is so important, because it's right there in their backyard. And this is a way there so we can reach so many more Bishop Native American teenagers for Jesus.